Hi, welcome beautiful Americans. How are you?
Have you ever had a feeling in your gut, a voice in your head telling you the truth, while the person you love stares you in the eye and lies? For 2 years, I had recurring nightmares about my boyfriend cheating. For 2 years, he denied it. Then, he decided to confess. He told me the affair happened just 4 months into our relationship. He thought a confession would make him feel better. He was wrong. Because a 2-year-old lie deserved a 2-year-old reckoning. If you've ever felt the pain of betrayal and the satisfaction of exposing a liar, hit that like button, subscribe, and get ready for a story about how sometimes your own intuition is the greatest weapon you have. My name is Emma, and for 2 years I was devoted to my boyfriend, Mark. Our relationship was, by all outward appearances, strong. We shared our lives, our hopes, our anxieties. I believed in us. I believed in him. But there was a dark shadow that haunted me. A feeling I couldn't shake. I started having these dreams. Vivid, gut-wrenching dreams of him with another woman. Every few months, the nightmares would return, leaving me awake in a cold sweat, my heart pounding in my chest. The feeling of powerlessness was crushing. I wasn't angry. I was terrified that my subconscious knew a truth I wasn't ready to face. Every time I would tentatively ask him about it. Mark, are you sure everything's okay? Are you happy? I'd ask him point blank. Have you ever cheated on me? And every time he would look me straight in the eye. His expression one of wounded innocence, and deny it. No, baby, I love you. It's just a dream. His denial was always so absolute, so convincing that I would always pull back, feeling guilty for doubting him. I accused myself of being insecure, of being paranoid. The tragedy of this story started early. Only 4 months into our relationship, we had a major argument. It was one of those fights where everything feels intense and I needed space. I went to my mom's house for a couple of days to clear my head. While I was gone, Mark decided he needed to clear his head too. And this is where the poison entered our relationship. He told me he cheated with an older lady who worked at his job. Not once, but twice. Once in a supply closet or a back room at their workplace, and once in his car. The specific details were irrelevant, but the locations, places he went every day, made my stomach churn. Our relationship was only 4 months old, and already he had committed the deepest betrayal. But the worst part wasn't the act itself. It was the 2 years of silence that followed. 2 years of waking up next to him, laughing with him, planning a future with him, all built on a foundation of his secret, selfish act. The lie wasn't a one-time thing. It was a daily decision to disrespect me and our time together. The confession came out of nowhere. I was sitting on the couch watching a movie, when he suddenly turned to me. His face pale and strained. He looked like he was physically ill. "I need to tell you something," he choked out. My heart immediately sank, a cold, heavy feeling that told me my nightmares were about to come true. He told me the whole story, rushing the details, almost whispering the specifics about the woman and the locations. When he finished, I didn't scream. I didn't cry. A strange, glacial calm washed over me. I felt numb, watching him try to explain his decision to tell me now. He kept repeating that he couldn't live with the guilt anymore. My internal monologue was screaming, "You didn't confess for me. You confessed for you. You did this to clean your conscience, not to fix the damage you did to mine." The fact that he had carried this lie for 2 years, that he had looked into my eyes and denied my terrifying premonitions again and again, that was the true, unforgivable crime. The lie had poisoned every moment we had shared since. The sheer arrogance of his delayed confession, the expectation that I would absorb his guilt and instantly offer forgiveness, snapped something inside me. The tears didn't come, but a hard, cold resolve did. I was done being the woman who blamed herself for having bad dreams. I was done being the victim. I knew the revenge couldn't be a petty act. It had to be proportional to the depth of the lie. It had to hit him where his life was most stable. His job and his reputation. I needed to find out who this woman was. I started digging. I remembered the arguments we had had about his work friends, the people he wouldn't talk about. I went through his phone bill, his social media activity, and cross-referenced his shift schedules from 2 years ago. I pieced together who was working when I was gone. It was tedious, painful work, but every clue I uncovered felt like reclaiming a piece of my dignity. I finally found her. Let's call her Sharon. Sharon was not only older, but she was a married supervisor at his workplace. The hypocrisy of his actions, cheating with a married superior, was disgusting. I realized my true weapon wasn't anger. It was information. I didn't need to ruin his career. I needed to expose the truth to the one person who could truly deal with the consequences of his actions. Sharon's husband. I found the husband's contact information, an email address for a hobby group he belonged to. I crafted the email carefully. It wasn't full of rage. It was factual, detached, and utterly devastating. I have recently learned that my now ex-boyfriend Mark had a brief affair with your wife Sharon, approximately 2 years ago. This occurred twice, once at the workplace and once in Mark's car. I have attached the dated text messages from Mark confirming this timeline. I felt you deserved to know the truth. I attached the dated text messages from Mark's confession, focusing only on the dates and locations he had provided. I hit send. My hand was shaking, my breath was ragged, but the feeling was not fear. It was the pure, crystalline rush of justice. I immediately blocked Mark on everything. The relationship was over. I didn't have to wait long. The next day, I got a flood of texts and calls from an unknown number. It was Mark. He was hysterical. "What did you do?" he screamed in a frantic voicemail. Her husband showed up at the job. He caused a massive scene. They're both getting investigated by HR. You ruined my life. I sat back sipping my coffee and smiled. You ruined your life 2 years ago, Mark. I just finished the paperwork. The best news came a week later from an old mutual friend. Sharon had been placed on administrative leave and was likely going to be fired, and Mark, caught in the HR investigations crossfire, was suspended without pay for violating ethical conduct and workplace harassment policies. His career was on life support. His reputation in their small workplace community was destroyed, and his 2-year-old lie had just detonated his entire world. The revenge wasn't loud. It was surgical. It was the moment he had to face the 2 years of consequences he thought he had escaped. The sick feeling is finally gone. I realized I didn't do anything wrong. I was right to trust my gut. The most satisfying revenge is walking away knowing that the liar is now trapped in the massive, complicated mess of a life they created for themselves. If this story gave you the satisfaction you needed, smash that like button and tell us in the comments. What is the biggest lie someone has tried to hide from you? And of course, subscribe to English Stories with Louisa for more justice served.